In this video, we'll practice computing the slopes of lines that pass through points that have fractional coordinates. For example, here we're supposed to find the slope of the line through -1 3/8 and -4, -1/2. We know that our formula is going to be that we take y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So here we have x1, y1 and x2, y2. And so we'll compute this by plugging in these values. So y2 is -1/2, and then we'll subtract y1. y1 is 3/8, so we have minus 3/8. And then we're dividing that by x2, which is -1/4, minus x1, so minus -1. Let's start by simplifying this a little bit. In the numerator, we have the denominators of 2 and 8. The least common denominator there is going to be 8, since it's a multiple of 2. And so we can multiply the top and bottom of that first fraction, -1/2, by 4 to get -4/8. And then we'll have minus 3/8. And all of that will be divided by -1/4 minus -1, which is plus 1. But 1 can also be written as 4 over 4, so that we have matching denominators. Let's look at the numerator of this compound fraction. In the numerator, we have -4/8 minus 3/8. So we can take -4 minus 3 across the numerators. That's going to give us -7 over 8. And then in the denominator, we're going to have -1/4 plus 4/4. -1 plus 4 is 3 over 4. Now what we have is a fraction divided by a fraction. So we can invert the bottom fraction and multiply. So we'll have -7/8 times 4/3. That becomes negative. Then we'll have 7 times 4 over 8 times 3. It looks like we can simplify a little bit because 4 over 8 becomes 1/2. And so our final answer will be negative. And then we have 7 times 1, which is 7, over 2 times 3, which is 6. Let's check for understanding. Work this one out on your own first, and then come back and double check your answer. Here we're supposed to find the slope of the line through the two given points. Let's call them x1, y1, and x2, y2. Then our formula is going to be y2 minus y1, that's our rise, over x2 minus x1. That's our run. So we'll have, plugging in the values, we have -4 over 9 minus 2/3. Divide that by 7/3 minus 1/6. Now we need common denominators in both the top and the bottom part of this fraction. Okay, so in the top part, or the numerator, we're going to have the common denominator of 9. And so we'll have -4/9. And then to get that common denominator, we'll multiply top and bottom of 2/3 by 3. So we'll get 6/9. The common denominator for the two fractions in the denominator is going to be 6. And so to get 7/3 to have a denominator of 6, we need to multiply top and bottom by 2. So we'll have 14 over 6 minus 1/6. Now what we'll have here, when we combine fractions, is going to be, let's see, -4 minus 6 is -10 over 9. Divide that by 14 minus 1, so 13 over 6. Since we're taking a fraction divided by a fraction, we'll invert the bottom one and multiply, so that will give us negative overall 10 over 9 times 6 over 13. This combines as -10 times 6 over 9 times 13. And we see that we can simplify a little bit because 6 over 9 is the same as 2 over 3. And so our final answer will look like -10 times 2, which is 20, over 3 times 13, which is 39.